Hey, Leanna here. Hope everybody's doing good. I just wanted to come on and talk about God's favor and talk about Esther. Okay, so in the book of Esther, it begins talking about King Ahasuerus. Some say Exorus, so I'm not really sure the exact correct pronunciation. But anyway, this dude reigned over like 127 provinces, and he had a gathering, and his queen, Vashti, refused to come when he wanted her to come to show her off her beauty to all of the people he had invited to this event, okay? Excuse me. And she refused, which is like unheard of. Like, you don't do that, right? So, the king was like fit to be tied. He was just ticked off, right? Because he felt like she had basically disgraced him, in front of all these people. Which, is very understandable. But I'm sure she had a reason, because she had to know that there was going to be some serious consequences for not showing up when he asked for her. So the point I wanted to get to was that Queen Vashti, by her not following the king's orders, she was banished. And then the king started looking for someone to replace her. So all his buddies come up with this idea of going to all those provinces and picking out the most beautiful virgins that were there, so that they could go to the castle and get beauty preparations for to go before the king. So they would do beauty preparations for a year and then be taken before the king. So we're at Esther 2, and I want to start at, I think, 9. Citadel under the custody of Haggai, that Esther also was taken to the king's palace and to the care of Haggai, the custodian of the women. Haggai was a eunuch of the king's, and he was over the women's quarters. So he was like the head servant, servant over there. It says, now the young women pleased him, and she obtained his favor. So he readily gave beauty preparations to her, besides her allowance. Then 7 choice maidservants were provided for her from the king's palace. And he moved her and her maidservants to the best place in the house of the women. Esther had not revealed her people or family, for Mordecai had charged her not to reveal it. And every day Mordecai placed in front of the court of the women's quarters. I'm sorry, not placed. He paced in front of the women's quarters to learn of Esther's welfare and what was happening to her. So Esther's mom and dad died, and Mordecai took her in. He's her cousin, and he took her in and raised her as his own. And so all that Esther went through to now be in a place of favor in the king's palace, that's just God. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some things in life where you just say, oh, that's God all over that. Nothing could have ever happened to have put me in the right place at the right time for this favor to fall upon me but God. You know what I'm saying? And so I just wanted to give encouragement this morning that, the story does go on, and Esther is picked to be queen. And then she also has to end up saving all of her people. So she had a big role in the time that she was in. And to be a woman, that was even more of a big role for her to have to fulfill. So I also want to take us over to Galatians 6 and 9. And it says, "And let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not lose heart." So I just want to encourage us today that no matter what we're going through, no matter the loss we've endured, no matter the people that have come against us, no matter the unbelief of your change and your belief in God now, no matter any of that, no matter any of the circumstances, if you do not faint in your well-doing, keep doing good no matter what others are saying, because eventually they'll have no choice but to see, oh, she's not faking this. He's not faking this, right? So the main point is not to focus on others and how they're treating you, but to focus on how you are reacting and responding to them. And then God's favor will move in upon you in the right season, at the right time, when you are ready to take on the responsibility. Such as Esther, she had to be ready for such a time as this. You see what I'm saying? So, she had been through a lot. She had lost both of her parents and had to be taken in by other family. And, who knows how much she actually, knew Mordecai before Mordecai took her in. And that was probably scary. And, you know what I'm saying? The whole situation is just amazing to see how God can turn stuff around. And I just want to encourage y'all, no matter what you're going through today, no matter what people are saying, no matter what your circumstance is, just keep focusing on the Lord. Keep focusing in on your heart. Be sure you are taking your heart into consideration and seeing if there's any bad in there, because it does say that evil dwells in the heart. And, get rid of it. Whatever it is, make it right, and just stay on the path of the Lord, and that favor will kick in, and that favor will be like no other, and that favor will just bless you beyond your wildest dreams. I'm sure as Esther was growing up, going through all those hard things and being raised by Mordecai, though Mordecai was a Christian and everything, it, to be in the king's place, you know what I'm saying? That's just amazing. And I just wanted to share that this morning and give y'all encouragement and let you know that just to keep going, keep pushing through, and you will find that favor. It's going to be scary at times. It's going to be hard at times. It's going to be, sometimes you're going to think, Lord, have I just lost all of your favor? Have you left me? You know what I'm saying? You're going to think all these things because it's going to get bad. It's going to get rough at times. But just stick in there. Get in your word. Find encouraging scriptures to meditate on, and just believe. Believe that God's got you. Believe that he loves you and that he thinks that you are just extraordinary, because he does. You got this, and I hope y'all have a blessed day. I love you guys. Okay, bye.